and welcome to episode 26 of the She.Must.Knit podcast. My name is Erin, and thank you so much for spending some of your time with me today. I hope you guys had a great week, and I certainly hope that you had a better week than I did. This week did not go as planned for me. I had so many things that I wanted to do, and I actually started off really well. I started off Monday. I had a really productive day. And then I was thwarted. On Tuesday, I woke up and I was thwarted by I'm going to call it a back-to-school bug. It seems like every year, once Avery goes back to school, either she gets sick early in the year or I get sick, and she did not get sick, but I'm going to blame it on her carrying something home. But I woke up on Tuesday and I felt like absolute poop. And basically all Tuesday, all Wednesday, and most of Thursday, I was completely out of commission. I could barely knit. I didn't get any work done because, you know, if you're a parent, right, like just because you don't feel well, you know, lunches still need to be made, dinner still needs to be cooked, things still need to be taken care of. So by the end of the day, when I had time to myself, all I could do was stare into space and wallow in my own misery. But I am feeling better today. Yesterday I started to feel better. Today I feel a lot better. You might still hear it in my voice. Sorry, can't do anything about it. But I still got some stuff done. I didn't get done as much as I wanted to. I was really hoping to have a very, very productive week this week, but I actually still got some knitting done. I don't know how, I don't remember half of it, but I got some knitting done. So we're gonna start with my beverage today, and look guys, the mug is back. I made hot tea today. It's actually not that cool out today, but all this week the mornings were pretty crisp, and it's just gotten me in the mood, and I've been drinking hot tea more. And this one is a new one that I'm trying. So back in the spring I did a big order with Seven Sisters Tea. They're my favorite online shop, and I got a whole bunch of new flavors. And this one is kettle corn. And I thought, that sounds fun. So I made kettle corn, and it smells exactly like popcorn. And it tastes like popcorn too. Oh, that's good. Okay, so we've got my kettle corn tea and my friend's mug, and I've got some knitting to share with you. I've got 3 projects that I have worked on this week. I was hoping to get more progress on some of them this week than others, but basically I got a little bit done on each one, and that's okay. You know what, I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it. And then after that, I have an update on my holiday collection. So I basically got no work done this week. I started off on Monday, like I said, I had a productive Monday. I was working on some custom orders, and then it went from there. So I have an update on the holiday collection. I'm going to do something a little differently than I discussed last week, and I'm going to update you on that, and then, yeah, we'll go from there. So let's start with my knitting. I am going to start with the project that I got the least amount of work done, and work on my way to the project that I got the most amount of work done on. And the first project I'm going to show you, you haven't seen in several weeks, but one of you guys was asking about it, Cheryl, hello. And also, you know my theory, once September starts, Christmas is basically here. So I knew I had to get some work done on my Christmas Santa pillows. I want these done for Christmas. They have to be done. And so I wanted to get them done. And one of my mini goals for September was, now, I completely mucked up on the wording of this. I said I wanted to get 2 charts done on the Santa pillows. That was my goal for September. That is not going to happen. The charts themselves are like 60 rows long. There is no way I'm going to get 2 charts done. I think I had meant to say I wanted to get 2 Santa faces done, and there are 2 faces in 1 chart, so really it should have been 1 chart, but I said 2 charts, but I can tell you right now that's not going to happen. So I'll show you my progress. I have no idea where it was the last time I showed you, and this is going to be a bit of a mess to show because you will see there are little strandies everywhere. But this is as far as I got. I'm pretty sure my little counter, I'm using a click row, one of those Clover clicking counters for this project, and I'm pretty sure it was on row 7, like, of the chart. So I think I was like down here the last time I showed you. I really wanted to get 1 full Santa face to show you this week, but I only got up to his little nose. So if you see that little red stitch there, that's his nose. And the next row, for about maybe 3 or 4 rows, is where I bring in the flesh color, and so his face is starting. But I got the beard done. I got the beard done. Maybe that's what I'll work on today. I don't know. I'll have to see what I'm in the mood for. But I'm on the face, and then I have to work up the face and the hat, and then it kind of starts the second Santa. So there's no way I'm going to get 2 charts done this month, but I might get 1 chart. We'll see. I'm doing this a little differently than the pattern. So the pattern has you work all the way around. There's the chart motif on the front and the back of the pillow. I want to make 2 separate pillows for Christmas with this motif on it, but I do not want the motif on both the front and the back. So what I have done is I have cast on the amount of stitches that the pattern called for as written, but then I added some stitches on each side of the motif. So there's one here, and there's another one of these panels over here. And this is going to be a steeking panel. So my plan is to knit the pillow as written so that I get the full size, but then I am going to cut down these panels. And now this is acrylic, but I'm going to use my sewing machine, so that should lock everything into place okay. So yeah, I'm going to cut down this panel once it's done, and then I'll have a front piece. I'll have 2 front pieces, and I will be using a fabric backing. So that is the plan. Hopefully that works, but I don't know if it was just because I wasn't feeling well, but this project feels like it has about 30,000 stitches on it. The rows have been really slow. It's an enjoyable project. Like, the chart is very easy, and one of the things I've mentioned many times before, I'm not like a hardcore colorwork knitter, and the kind of colorwork that I tend to prefer is ones that don't have long floats where you have to catch the stitches. And you can see I am not catching the stitches. It is totally noodly. I'm just trying to keep things really loose for this project because it's a pillow cover. And once it's on the pillow form, like usually when you're catching your floats, it's because you don't want things to get caught in these big loops. I figure if it's a pillow and it's going to be on a pillow form and it's basically going to just be sitting there for a few weeks looking pretty, I don't think we really have to worry about that. So I am just knitting it. I'm not catching any floats. I'm just trying to keep my strands really loose. After I bring a new color over, I make sure to give it a good stretch so that the front is not going to have, hopefully, is not going to have any places that pucker. But yeah, I think that's all I need to say about that. I'm doing this in the Bernat Super Value yarn, a red, a white, a black, and a peach. The black is for the eyes, and I think it is written into the chart to put the eyes in as part of the color work. I think I'm going to do duplicate stitch after, because those rows will have 3 colors. I don't want to deal with that. So I think the eyes I'm going to do duplicate stitch after, but we will see when I get there. But I should be starting the little faces soon, and that will at least be exciting. That will make it look like I got a little bit farther. And yeah, so that's my Santa pillow project and how it's going, in case any of you were wondering how my Santa pillows were going. I really need to get busy on those though, because I have a feeling it's going to be something that I'm not just going to be able to, like, if I leave it to the last minute and be like, oh, I can get those done in 2 days. No, I cannot. I'm not going to be able to plow through this. This is definitely going to be the type of project where I have to make a little bit of progress over a long period of time in order to get it done. So that's my plan, is just to try and put a little bit into that every week. And hopefully by Christmas, it'll be done. Because basically once I'm done the knitting on this, I don't have to make another one. It's done. And I just have to do the cutting and the sewing, which that could be a 2-day project. But yeah, that's the progress on my Santa pillows. Next, I was really hoping to have this project done. I wanted to have it done this week and be wearing it, but I think I can actually get it done for next week. I am so close. So I'm talking about my Atelier cardigan. And last week I had showed you I had just finished the garter band. So let's see, I've got my little marker here. So this is where I was last week, and I had just finished the garter band. There's this kind of area of garter that's right right at kind of the lower back, so that there's like a definition on your lower back, and then right after that you do a bunch of increases so that it flows over your bum. And it's actually quite flattering. If you look at all the project pictures, it's very flattering. And so I had finished that. I did the little garter band. I did the row with all the increases, and then this is how much I was able to knit after that. And I have tried this on, and I am so close. I think to hit where I want it to hit, where it just kind of hits right under the butt, I need maybe 5 or 6 inches. So my plan is to finish this ball. So I'm going to just keep knitting with the pattern straight down and finish this ball, and then I'm going to try it on again and reevaluate, and then I might bring in my last ball that I've wound for the hem. So I'm going to put a garter hem on it. It doesn't in the pattern have a very big hem, but that's because there are incorporated incorporated pockets. There are pockets that have been written into the pattern, and so there's a whole bunch of stuff going on right now. If I was doing the pockets, there'd be a whole bunch of stuff going on right now, but I am not doing the pockets. I'm just knitting straight. I just want it to be more of a streamlined look cardigan. And so yeah, I only have about 5 or 6 inches done. I think I could get this done. Fingers crossed, nothing else happens over the next week. I think I could get this done. And next week the temperatures are supposed to drop a fair bit, and it would be the perfect weather for this. So I am very hopeful. Also, I am very hopeful because when I have tried this on, I'm really liking how it's fitting me. The sleeves are the perfect length for me. I don't like full-length sleeves, but they're not short sleeves. They're kind of like hitting me maybe here. They're the perfect sleeve length on me. They're not too, like there's not a lot of bulk on them. They're not fitted, but they fit really nicely. I love this part here. There's, I don't know if you can see this garter bit here. There's shaping that kind of goes along the raglan edge on your shoulder. That's really flattering the way it flows over. From what I can tell, I can't see how it fits completely on my lower half because my needles are too small to stretch that out. But from what I can tell, it's looking like it's going to fit really, really nicely. And just the color, with all those colors, I have been on the lookout now for like a purple, like a deep purple aubergine type top or sweater or something to wear with this, because I just think that would pull out all those pretty colors. But I could wear this with so many things. Once this is done, I really feel like this is going to get a lot of use in my wardrobe, so I'm very, very excited. I did mention last week, but I'll say it again. The yarn I'm using is from the yarns of Richard DeVries in his worsted, 100% merino worsted, in the bejeweled color, and this is such a pretty color. It is a lot more brown based than I normally go for, but I think that kind of neutral background really sets off all those colors. I am excited for this project. I really wanted to have this done. I did try working on it, and earlier in the week, I just couldn't. I could do a few rows, because again, there's a lot of stitches on this project too. And it was a little exhausting. So I'm happy with, I did get a few inches done, and I am happy with that. Hopefully we'll have a good knitting weekend, and I can really bust that one out, because I think at this point I could get that done, but we will see. My third project that I got work done, and I actually got the most work done on this one because it was the easiest for me just to not have to think about, and this is totally a testament of how simple this pattern is, even though it looks like it's a little more complicated. I was able to do this in my like sickened state and just like zone out, and I didn't have to refer to the pattern. I didn't make too many mistakes, but I mean, honestly, the mistakes I made, I probably would have made even if I was feeling 100%. But this is my Little Miss Margo poncho, and this is so bright. Oh my gosh, this is like the pinkest of pinks. This is the yarn that Avery got me for my birthday, and I am making her a little garment. This is going to be, I'm hoping, a great little garment to throw over like long sleeve shirts and stuff like that. when it's cool but not cold. We're still kind of in that weather, and even like next week, like the mornings are going to be cooler, but the afternoons are still going to be just hovering under 20 degrees Celsius. So, you know, throw this on in the morning, take it off when you need to, but it's going to be just a really nice layering piece. And then again in the spring, I think when it just starts to warm up, it's going to be a really nice layering piece. So my little narwhal down here, this is where I was the last time I showed this to you last week. I was able to get all this done, even though I could barely do anything. And you could see with the stitch patterning, it looks really, really complicated. But there are no cables involved with this. It's just slip stitches and yarn overs that create this look. And the row repeat is really, really short. So when I was down here, I was taking off. I have like a little book that I do like little hash marks when I'm keeping track of my rows. So down here I was doing that. By the time I got up here, I could read my patterning, because the patterning that you do for this stitch, it's every right side row, so that was easy. And then this one was like every other right side row. So I could just kind of tell by the height of this section here whether it was the row where I did the stitch or if it was the row that I didn't do the stitch. So I've been able to do this without referring to the pattern, and because the stitches are so much less than those other two projects, I found that when I wanted to do something but I just couldn't deal with those other two, this is what I was picking up, and I was able to make a good amount of progress on that. I'm actually at the point now, I stopped because I'm at the point in the pattern now where there's a bit of short row shaping on each side of the shoulders, because it kind of falls off the shoulders. There's going to be some short row shaping over here, some short row shaping over here, just so that it falls nicely. And then I think it's just the, there's going to be some neck shaping, and then I'm binding this piece off, and I just have to do the back piece, and then it will be, you pick up on the sides here to do some ribbing, and that's where the button goes. But I think I can probably get this piece done pretty easily by next week, get the second piece started. I would really like to get this done so that she can wear it while it's still weather appropriate, but we'll see how that goes. I'm really happy with how this is looking, and it is bright, 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 bright. I have not looked for a lining. I think I mentioned last week that just to add a little bit of functionality to make it so that the wind doesn't cut through it so easily, is that I was considering doing a lining for it, either in a cotton or a flannel. I haven't decided yet. But I think I'm going to need to go to the fabric store next week for the collection that I will talk about in a moment. And while I'm there, I might look for something that kind of goes with this. I found some really big, bright purple buttons that I think I'm going to use with this project. And so if I could find maybe some pink and purple fabric to go with it, I think that will end up being really, really cute. So yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy enough with the progress that I made on each project, considering I really wasn't able to do much this week, and I didn't feel like doing much this week. So I mean, I'm looking at what I did, and I think I did pretty well. So yes, we'll go into the collection now. So like I said earlier, I do not have a finished collection for you. I couldn't do anything. But I had mentioned last week that if the votes for the fabrics, and I'm going to show you the fabrics again, I was going to do a holiday collection, and I had this fabric here, which I was going to call Winter Woods, and then I had this fabric here, which was Home for the Holidays. And I had said that if the votes were pretty close, that I would consider doing a double collection with both fabrics, and that would be my holiday collection for the season. I probably wouldn't do much more. And the votes have been very, very, very close. I think Winter Woods is edging out Home for the Holidays just a little bit, but they are very close. So what I've decided to do is I am going to do a collection with both fabrics, and I'm going to add in a third fabric. I had this fabric in my stash as well, and I think it is adorable. And so I'm going to do just like a whole holiday collection, 3 fabrics. I'm probably going to do a yarn that will coordinate with all of them. So instead of doing a yarn for each fabric, I'm going to dye something that would coordinate with any one of them, and then maybe do more than just one skein, like maybe 3 skeins. But this is the other fabric I have, and I think this is so cute. I actually haven't seen this around very much. I think this is so cute. So it's like all these little holiday doors decorated for the season, and I think this is just very cute. And it's kind of got a lot of the similar bright greens and just like pops of color that the other fabrics have. So I'm going to include this one as well with the other two. I'm going to do just one bigger holiday collection with bags and yarn. And yeah, we'll see how that goes. I don't know, because it is a bigger collection and I couldn't get any of it done this week. I don't know if I'll have it done for next week. But if not next week, definitely the next week, holiday collection in the shop will be ready. So yes. Yes, so that is what I got done this week. A short little episode, but that's okay. You know, hopefully I'll have some other things to show next week. Maybe some finished projects, maybe some new projects. I have been dying to cast something on, but I'm trying to be really, really good about finishing, because I have several things that are almost done. I just want to get those done before I start new projects. But see, the holidays are coming, and the wheels have started turning for, teacher gifts, and maybe like her morning. She has the same morning bus driver as she's had the last 2 years, and she is just a lovely lady. I have absolutely no problem. If you have followed me for a while, you'll remember last year I made some cowls that she commissioned for me. I have absolutely no problem knitting for her. So I might knit her something for Christmas. So yeah, the wheels are turning. There's lots of projects. I've been looking at lots of things on Ravelry. There's lots of inspiration going on, but I think I'm going to really try and buckle down and get some of these things done before I start something new, but you never know. Next week there might be a new project on the horizon. So yes, I hope you guys had a great week and you guys got lots of stuff done. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you soon. Bye.